David Goggins or somebody is probably gonna be angry at me because I'm not making my bed. I'm very tired. I generally try to do that every day. I'm not gonna do it today. And that's okay. It's actually a very nice morning, and I do want to share with you guys one quick thing before I get on the road, because I'm very proud of this. So I did just put new lights, put a bar and stuff on my 4Runner, but I do think these came out awesome. I generally don't try and spend money on stuff like that, but I hit a deer the other day. I know that's upsetting, but I ended up deciding to go through with that because I live out in the country. I wanted to have a winch, and it is very bright out, or sorry, it's very dark out here at night, like you'll see here in a second, and those lights make it exponentially better. So I'll show you what these look like. So these are regular lights. That's with the floods. That's the brights. And then this is the light bar. It's very dark here. It's damn near pitch black. I just saw a raccoon, which I normally would not have seen. It was a very quiet ride. I hit a fawn. I feel awful. It just ran out in front of me, which is ironic because I just had a bumper replaced because I just hit a deer like a month ago up near Sandusky. So nothing you can really do about it, but I don't feel great right now. All right, so good class. I've go to these. I've been going, I think, to Core Power for like probably 5 years. It shut down during COVID. I didn't really go during COVID, but I used to have a condo like right around the street, so it was very convenient. I think doing yoga has actually been probably the best thing that I've done for myself, next to definitely next to not drinking. But it's the only thing that puts my body back to like neutral. All right, so I'm headed over to Quarry Trails, which for those of you who don't know, I don't even know where you guys are from, but have you ever been to Ohio? Have you ever been to Columbus? It's like a newer development. It was an old quarry, like a rock quarry, and they've turned it into kind of like an outdoor. They've got like trails, obviously, dog parks, mountain biking course. Then they have like a coffee shop, and I do a lot of work there. I like working there. Usually there's a bunch of other people that kind of work from home. And then when I get tired, I'll just do a lap or something. I'll keep myself occupied. We'll go out and get some sun. It's just a really nice place to work, actually. It's probably one of my favorite places. Coffee's pretty good, but there are definitely better places for coffee. But it's better than Starbucks. Like, I hate from the Army. Like, the Army ruined Starbucks. I just think it's dog shit. I don't think it's good coffee. All right, so this is the overlook. Coffee shop is like right there. This is the view. Everybody hates on Ohio. I think it's pretty cool, actually. Like, this is, to me, pretty normal. Or actually, like, not just normal, it's kind of nice. But yeah, you can just come here and work. All right, so just finished up at the coffee shop. Met with one of my mentors. I learn so much so fast from talking to people that are way smarter than me, that have a ton more life experience and knowledge. I can't tell you how important it is for, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur or you're trying to do anything meaningful in life, just get the answers to the test from people that are smarter than you. Ask questions, be humble. You know, like we only get so much time on this earth, and if somebody else is giving you their time, that's more than money, because you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So I don't take these conversations lightly. I always try and take good notes and try and make meaningful impact and take action on, you know, stuff that we talk about. But it's absolutely essential. If you want to do anything in life, you have to find the people that are already doing the thing and just go ask them for help. I know that sounds very simple, and it is. I'm off to see my sister right now. She's got a Vizsla puppy that's 3, so I'm the cool uncle. So I get to, one of the unique things about doing the stuff that I do now is I do have time autonomy for the most part, and I get to go do shit when I want to go do it. And I can't explain that. I'm not making millions of dollars. I don't have some like absurd, egregious amount of net worth, but I do have time autonomy. And for me, I think that's probably one of the most like meaningful things to have in life, because you get to spend, like, you only get so much time, you know, and nobody knows when's your time to go. And I think of this also because I hit a deer this morning, and it sucks. And you realize the like fragility of life. It came out of a cornfield, and it was a baby, it was a fawn, and I feel awful. But sometimes you can't stop those things. Just like darted out in front of my truck. But and this is stuff that we talked about also. We talk about like life. I carry this coin. I don't know if I've ever showed anybody this actually, but I'm sharing it with you guys. I carry this coin. The front says memento mori, which is like a Stoic principle, and then the back says carpe diem. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's 2 ounces of silver. I also just think silver is generally a good investment. But memento mori is basically just like, we all die, so like live meaningfully, like have purpose behind your life and have purpose to existence. I don't have all the answers, but I always try my best, and I think that that's really all we can do. I don't want to be too philosophical, but because I don't really have a really good understanding of philosophy. But Stoicism has helped. By reading the Stoics, that was stuff that we talk about. Like I turned him on to the Stoics, and he's taken to it. And he's like, this stuff is fascinating. I wish I would have found this, you know, earlier in life. But yeah, I don't know. So many things to think about, so many things to be grateful for. And also, I feel like weirdly there's so much more that I have to do in life. So we'll see where it goes, but I'm gonna go say hi to the puppy now. All right, I will take you guys down here before I head back to my sister's place, but this is actually pretty cool. You just come here, hang out. That's the truck, my baby. But yeah, you can come out here and just kind of do whatever you want. I think you can like fish, there is no swimming, which I think is kind of dumb. You can use kayaks, and I think they can also do paddleboarding out here, but it's really just like a very unique place from other places that I've seen in Columbus. For whatever that's worth, go check it out. It's fucking pretty cool. So the cool thing about living in the same city as your sister is she'll make stuff, and I just come over and eat it. She doesn't know I'm eating the rest of the brownies, but whatever. So if you're seeing this, thank you. All right, this is Maggie. She's got her bully stick. So I usually pick her up if I come down to Columbus. I'll usually pick Miss Maggie up. She's a little camera shy. And we'll go sit at a coffee shop, and I'll work for a couple hours. But she just hangs out. She'll chew on this. This will take her like 5 minutes to get through. And then, oh, are you camera shy? She's the best though. And then I'll take her back. I might take her up to the ranchette tonight. Sometimes she'll overnight with her Uncle Corey, but it's the best. Come here. You want your bully stick? Come here. Yeah, is that good? Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're at a stoplight. I don't know how to quantify this. When the dog lays on the center console, it's the best. Is your favorite spot to come? She loves pop cups. Alright, so sometimes I'll also come work out here. She's a nut job, but this Bridge Park, another cool spot. We got some tables and chairs here. You can sit outside, enjoy the sun and the fresh air. She just goes like berserk because she smells everything here. But it's a cool spot. Isn't this just the best? Like, I get to do this in the middle of the day. I do work, like I do a lot of work. You guys are just kind of seeing bits and pieces of like me kind of relaxing and like taking a break during the day. But I also built my life over the last couple of years, like the last really 2 or 3 years that I was on active duty. I knew that I envisioned what I do now, and I knew I wanted to get, which is what I call level 1 financial freedom, where it's like food, water, shelter is paid for passively or semi-passively, and then you can free up your time, and then that allows you to focus on larger projects that, you know, have a higher yield, that you can build more equity, the larger deals like that. Those are like the real, like the bigger wealth generation stuff. But if you're pretty cheap off the bat and you don't really need much to live, financial freedom comes a lot faster. Like, freedom is harder if you require $1 million a year to be happy and to be sufficient. But if you can get to, like, honestly, even 25 grand a year, you know, that's like $2,000 a month, or 50. I got to 50. Like, that was about where I was cash flowing anywhere between like 4 when I first got started up to like 6, sometimes 7, 8 grand a month. It did fluctuate a little bit. I did have a lot of I had a lot of short-term rental stuff when I first got started, and I just ran that. Pretty much just lost money doing that, but it paid the bills, and it allowed me to learn the lessons, plural, lots of them, that I needed. So I almost looked at that as like kind of getting a real-world MBA. But the long-term stuff is solid, and it just takes time to build. I don't think a lot of people want to invest the time that it takes to do that, but it does pay off. And I've traveled. I did a 90-day trip around the country. I did like 12,000 miles on the road, and I get to do this. And it's like, I don't have all the answers by any means, and I do think that money and building wealth is important, especially if you have good intentions with it. Money doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a more capable person than the person that you already are, if that makes sense. Like, if you're a shitty person, money is just going to make you shittier because you can do more shitty stuff with more money. But if you're a good person, you know, I think with more money and more capital, you get more power and influence, and I think that you can have a more meaningful impact on people's lives. And I think it's a fallacy that people think that, yeah, like, oh, just because you have, like, they like, because you have money or wealth or financial freedom, that you're a bad person, that you somehow got it like illegitimately or whatever. Like, that's all bullshit. That's what like small-minded people want you to believe and think about it, because it makes them more comfortable with their choices in life. Like, it's absolutely a choice, and anybody can do it, no matter where you start. Like, anybody can start doing this. I've come to become more firm with that, and I'm like, I don't look at myself as like highly capable. Like, I look at myself almost as like, dude, if I can do this, like, there's nothing really that special about me, other than the fact that I won't quit once I commit to something. But like, anybody can do this. And I hope anybody that's watching this can see that and internalize that and be like, yeah, if this guy can do this, I can do this. I do hope to inspire that, because it is true. So, Maggie, she doesn't care about anything except for birds up in the tree. I don't think there's actually anything up there, but I did, I'll share this story from this morning when I was at the coffee shop at the quarry. I came around the corner and there was this girl, I think she was like either taking a picture of her book or like her morning coffee or something. And it was almost like it was like I caught her like taking a picture and she was like making or filming content or something. And it was almost like deer in the headlights. I was like, are you making videos or like you filming content or something? She's like, yeah, it's like for this group, and you know, I just kind of got started. I was like, I am not the one who will ever shame. And I was like, it takes guts to like do it out in public, because everybody thinks like people are just so fucking small-minded, and like it does work. Like if you do film content, like you can change your life, and it just takes time. But I kind of was like joking. I was like, no, like you should do more of it. And I was like, don't worry, like I feel the same way. Like everybody feels that. Some people just have the ability to turn it off, and like the only thing that really stops people from doing it is not physically difficult. It's just the opinions of other people. Like I wish I could express this, but my words will not do it justice. How like hard it is for me to overcome that, of like the fear of what other people might say. And I want you to know, if I can do this, which is an absolute fucking miracle, anybody can do this. And I will never discourage anybody ever. In fact, if I can share an experience of like something that's worked for me, I'd absolutely do that. But I think we need more of that, because content is like, it is the way of it's the way of the future. Like it's, everybody kind of has something to say. And if you just share, like there's nothing special about my life, but there's probably a couple of people that are watching this right now, and they're like, and I'm asking you, like as you're watching this, like, why are you watching me talk to my to my phone in Ohio? Exactly, but you are. And anybody can do that, and anybody can talk about the stuff that it is that they care about. And if you do that consistently over time, that's how you build brand, that's how you build following, and good stuff can come of that. And if you think of it in terms of like eternal growth, if you're trying something that's hard and that's awkward, it means you're growing, because you don't grow through comfort. You grow through discomfort, which sucks, because you're basically just like, I'm in a state of constant discomfort. So I'm always trying new, oh wow. I'm always trying new shit. And it's always hard because I'm never not trying new stuff. I'm always trying to learn or grow, but that's how you make progress. I wish it was easier, but it's not. But it is easy if you just do the thing. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what works for me. This is Ohio in all of her infinite glory. It's pretty much all I look at up here. Just cornfields. But I love it. All right, so decently long day. I'm pretty exhausted. This is the spot. I get to come back here after a long day, and I just kind of hang out here. And ever since I got this place, it has been my sanctuary. It's like almost 3 acres. I call it the ranchette. We'll eventually have animals here, but this is what I did the last couple years. I bought as much real estate as I possibly could. I tried to learn the process. Eventually that stuff paid for this place. And now I live about an hour outside of a city. And you guys saw what I did today. And now I get to come back here. It's peaceful, it's quiet. I sleep like a rock. I get 8 hours of sleep. I wake up and then I just go do it again the next day. It's been pretty awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed the day. I'm gonna have myself a nice Pellegrino before dinner. And maybe I'll do this again sometime. Let me know what you think. So hope everybody's having a great day.